Okay, welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. I'm in my room rather than in my studio because it's 29 degrees outside and measuring 34 inside our studio where I have my whole setup. So I just thought I would do it in my room so I'm not melting. But I'm going to be talking about non-spoilers, of course. Episode 4, Season 2, The Wheel of Time. Amazon have given us the screener and they said basically do not reveal the spoilers for the stories, do not reveal, they have specific things. But other than that, I'm here to talk about Episode 4. So there's one in every season. There's the filler, sometimes there's a couple of filler episodes that feel like it's not going anywhere. And this time round, there's a lot of characters. Nynaeve is still reeling from having come out of the portal where she had this previous life and she's struggling with what she had in that life. So that's basically her kind of story in this one, is she's struggling. All our characters are on their separate paths still. No one's really meeting up with each other except for one kind of storyline which I won't spoil. Suffice to say, this absolutely feels like padding. Except because it's absolutely necessary, this padding episode, because of what happens at the end of this episode. So it all comes to a halt at the end of this episode, which is a big kind of reveal that I didn't see coming. I think you'll only know if you've seen or read the books. However, I would say that it's much gorier than I was expecting in places. It feels broken, this episode. It feels like it's all over the place. Our characters are still learning about themselves on their individual journeys, which is fine. For me, the best storyline that we have in this episode is Perrin's. I find his character, what he's been going through, we've been given little hints of what he's been going through, but really this episode we feel like his character's come alive and he's really embracing that as an actor. I like him. Lorraine and her storyline feels like it's gone on a moody tangent. I just want her to actually say what's going on in her mind. If she just has a conversation with the people that she cares for rather than blocking them all out, I guess that's her character, what she's been building up to. But I find it quite difficult to embrace with her character because I find it annoying that if she just had one conversation, it would all be fine. Egwene doesn't know how to help Nynaeve. And her character seems also to be up in the air, not really knowing what to do with her. She's kind of doing nothing at the moment. There is hope for these two characters, Nynaeve and the new character that she's become friends with, but it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere else. The other character that I really liked in this episode is Min. Her character has been going from strength to strength when we see her. We haven't had a lot of her, but because we know she's sort of a spy, revealing of what's happening at the end of episode 3, who she was working for, I like where the story is going with her. You care about her plight, even though she is essentially a bad guy in this one, but there's reasons behind that. So all the actors are giving them their all. The special effects I thought were particularly good when they need to use them in this. It's very vibrant, but still grounded in its magic use. So when we're seeing those powers being used, it feels right, it feels real. I think the storyline that everybody's waiting to see how it comes to fruition is Rand, and I'm happy to say there is stuff that's happening with Rand because it felt like his character has been a little bit part. He's had a new relationship, but I like what they're doing with his character now. There's movement in that, and I'm waiting for this actor to be able to give some acting chops because he hasn't had a lot of like really moments where he can shine. It's more like kind of just dealing with the situation that he finds himself in. The strength of this episode is that it actually moves on the story quite a bit, but we have to wait to get there because we're seeing bit parts from all other characters. So for the most part it is padding, but the rest of the time when you do get characters movements in storyline, it's really worth it. So, you know, topsy-turvy on this episode, but I'm eager to see what people think of the ending of this episode. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.